there is a lot of hands that go into creating where we've got to today. And I'll give you go back a little bit in time to when the county decided that there should be a sustainability plan. And to the credit of the county, you can create plans in many different ways. And the county had the foresight to say, we should do it from the grassroots up, rather than being just the staff, the elected officials. What if we got a group of citizens who had an interest, who had a desire to try to create this plan? And that's what they did. So in the beginning, and I think we first met in May of 14, there was a group of 14 of us. Just have that slide, Tommy. Thank you. Oh, wrong one. There we go. So we were the Community Sustainability Plan Steering Committee. And I became the chair because no one else wanted to. So as I'm sure you guys have all been in that place before, there was no big tussle to see who'd be the chair. Somebody said they would, and it was me, and there was no argument after that. It was a fantastic group to work with. We were given a tough task, especially in terms of timing, a year to put a plan together, and you have summer in there and holidays. But to the credit of our group, we did it, and I think we did it very well. And the result is the Sustainability Action Plan, which I'm sure you've all seen, and it's available in many formats. I'd like to just introduce any of the members that are present today, so I know who I've seen. So behind me is Jay Heeman. I know Brian Smith, sitting over there. Jeff Surridge, where does he Jeff? Right there. Cher, did Cher make it over here? Cher is over in one of the booths, but Cher Sprague, I know she's here. And Jurgen Van Dyken is here as well. There's Jurgen. So it was a group of 14 of us who we represented a very broad spectrum of the county, both where we live, what we do for day jobs, and what else we do in our volunteer time or where our passions lie. And we had a great time putting this plan together. We had a lot of fun. It was hard work, but it's always better when you're enjoying what you're doing. As I mentioned at the beginning, a lot of credit has to go to the county. The county had the foresight to say, let's do this differently. And so we benefited from the fact that we had the support of county staff and county politicians all along, right from the beginning and right through to where we are now. So speaking of which, I'd like to call up the warden, David Mayberry, and he's going to say a few words from the county perspective.
You know, generally you clap when the person's done speaking, so I assume that you've heard all you want from me and are prepared to have me sit down. The problem is if you put a mic in front of a politician is that they actually want to use it. And so I'm going to for a few minutes. Somewhere here there's a computer which I don't know how to run, but oh good, thanks Melissa. And we'll get to that in just a second. Before I start though, I did want to on behalf of the county, thank the staff that have put a huge amount of work into today. And nothing happens at the county unless Chloe Senior, and I don't know, Chloe, are you here? Can't see, there she is way at the back. Nothing happens unless Chloe says it happens, and then it does happen. And also Thomasina, who's over there as well, Thomasina in Communications, and Sarah Koopman. Sarah, are you here? She's out there wandering around, okay. Those three actually, I thought earlier this week, must have taken off somewhere because I couldn't find them for the whole 3 or 4 days. And I was trying to figure out what happened. Then I realized that Peter Crockett, who's right down here, the CAO, had actually locked them in room 321, and they were doing all the work to make this happen. And so they put in a tremendous amount of work, and on behalf of the County Council, I just want to say thank you to them and all the rest of the staff that made today happen. Also, should introduce county councillors, and there are a few. We have Deputy Warden Sandra Talbot sitting in the back, trying to hide because she hasn't had a coffee. And she said she doesn't really, oh, she's got one now, okay. So now she is alive. We have here in the front Trevor Birch, Mayor of the City of Woodstock. Don McKay, Mayor of Esora Tavistock, and okay, we'll give Don one fan. Twice as many as I've got, Don. And Ted Komisky was here somewhere. I don't see Ted right at the moment. Mayor of the town of Ingersoll. And other councillors, if there is, just yell and I'll introduce you. Okay. That light shining there is difficult to see. So now we're ready to start. 600 years ago, the architect Maderin Gertner sketched out the design for the present-day St. Bartholomew's Cathedral in Frankfurt, Germany. Maderin envisioned a church beyond anything that people had seen before. This was to be a place where kings and emperors would come to be crowned. A place so magnificent, so grand, that it would inspire all who saw it. Maderin had a dream, a vision of greatness. He was going to create something that would change the way the city would look and feel about itself for centuries. But that's all he had, a vision of what could be, a vision of the possible. This church would never have been built without the work of those who knew how to expertly cut or sculpt each block of stone, of those who laboriously hoisted and placed each piece higher and higher into the air. While Maderin gets the credit, this testament to the creative capacity of humanity really belongs to the wider community, to those who embraced the vision and then, through their varied skills and hard work, brought the vision to reality. More than 2 years ago, the previous county council determined that Oxford needed a vision of and for their future. Early in 2014, Oxford County Council appointed a group of 14 community members to consult broadly with the public and create our first sustainability plan. Over the next 18 months, the Future Oxford Steering Committee worked diligently to respectfully hear citizens, our community, and to craft a plan that honestly and accurately reflected the wide diversity of ideas and of ideals of our citizens. Frankly, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for all of their hard work. On behalf of County Council, I would like to publicly express our gratitude to this team for their commitment to our community and to our future. The Future Oxford Community Sustainability Plan defines the collective vision of what a sustainable community should look like. It addresses the social, economic, and environmental aspirations of our community. In short, it's the community's vision for the community's future. Last September, the Future Oxford Plan was endorsed by County Council and subsequently by all of the lower tier councils. Following our council resolution, the steering committee morphed into the transition committee until now the more permanent Future Oxford Partnership is put into place. Today, as we begin our journey, I feel a little bit like Maderin Gertner must have felt 600 years ago as he addressed the master stonemasons and their workers. For we too have a plan, but now the real work of community begins. It is to take the vision and make it our next generation's reality. In this work, we are seeking partners from within and beyond our community, from business and academia, from nonprofits, individuals and community groups. But we're also reaching out for ideas to other groups and municipalities within Canada and even around the world. Oxford has a history of partnering, of growing stronger together. We want to share our challenges and accomplishments as we attempt to create a framework or plan that others could follow. At Oxford County, we're well aware that we cannot accomplish this goal on our own, but we will in cooperation with those who share the vision. Before he put the first line on the first drawing, Maderin Gertner knew that he alone could not build the great cathedral, but neither could the cathedral be built without the vision. In Oxford, we see and understand the vision, and we have begun to gather those whose knowledge and skills will craft our future. The potential for achieving greatness is in this community. I invite you to join us on the journey to our collective future. For each one of you should be part of building a great tomorrow. This Expo is really an introduction and celebration of the journey thus far. In hearing our guest speakers and visiting the exhibits, you'll see that there's opportunities to become involved for everyone. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get to work so we can all continue to grow stronger together. Thank you for attending the Expo. I look forward to working with you in the future.